In the previous video, you have learnt. We had started with the practice set 1.4. I had taught only 2 questions. Now today I will teach third, fourth, and fifth. I will complete this. Then problem set you have to do on your own. Now I will start with third question. Listen here. In a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English. 60 students passed in mathematics. 40 students passed in both the subjects. They have passed both in English as well as in mathematics. None of them failed in both the subjects. That means out of the total students, none of them have failed. None of them failed in both the subjects. Totally both the subjects, nobody has failed. Either any one of the subjects they have passed. And some have passed in both the subjects. So, find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. That means you have to find out at least when word comes, that is union. So, you have to find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subject, that is union. So, here we will take the students who passed in English as E. Let number of students passed in English be as E, and let the number of students passed in maths be as capital M. Let us take it like this way, and this as capital E. So therefore, see, in a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English. Therefore, we have got number of elements of students passed in English is equal to as 50. Then we have number of students of those who passed in maths equal to as 60. 60 passed in mathematics. 40 students passed in both. This tells you the intersection. So, number of students of English intersection maths passed in both is equal to as 40 students. Now, what is left in the formula? That is number of students of E union M. This is the question. So, we know the formula, that is number of students of E union M is equal to as number of students of English plus number of students of passed in maths minus number of students who passed in both intersection M. So here union we don't know, but we know number of students of English, that is 50 plus number of students of mathematics plus 60, and this is 40 given. So solve this. This is 110 minus 40, and that will give you as 70. So this is union. That is, therefore, find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. Therefore, number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects is equal to as 70 students. This is the third question. Let us go with the fourth question. Question number 4. Here, it's a star mark question. So please listen to the question carefully. A survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students of class 9th. See, a survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students of class 9. That means the total students of 9th class is 220. Out of which 130 students informed about their hobby as rock climbing. So, 130 students have the hobby of rock climbing and 180 students informed about their hobby as sky watching. So 180 students have the hobby of sky watching. There are 110 students who follow both the hobbies. So 110 students they are having both the hobbies, that is rock climbing and sky watching. Then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? Some of the students are there, those who are having neither the hobby of rock climbing and neither the hobby of sky watching. They have some other hobby. Then how many, this is the question we have to find out. Then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? How many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only? Second question. And how many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? Yes. So now listen, total students of 9th class is given as 220. Total students of 9th class is equal to 220. Now let us take, let the number of students having hobby of rock climbing be as, let us take R, and let the students, let the number of students having hobby of sky climbing sky watching be as S. Okay, so now the information what we have is that number of students of rock climbing be equal to as 130. Then next, number of students of sky watching is equal to as 180. Then 110 students have both the hobby. That is, when they have both means it is intersection. So number of students of R intersection S is equal to 110. Here again, like the previous one, again we are missing the union. So this is the question we have to find out. R union S is equal to what? So let us write the formula. Number of students of R union S equal to number of students of R plus number of students of S minus number of students of R intersection S. So now this is equal to S. Number of students of R is 130 plus this is 180 minus 110. So this is equal to as, if we add this to 8, 9, 10, 11, carry 1. So it is 310 minus 110. Now this is equal to 0, 0, 3 minus 1 is 2, 200. Okay. Now that means the number of students, those who are, the total number of students those who are engaged in either rock climbing or sky watching is 200. But we have total students as 220. That means 20 students which is extra here in the class, they are having neither the hobby of rock climbing nor neither sky watching. So here the total students having at least one of the hobby of rock climbing and sky watching is equal to as 200. Now number of students having neither of the hobbies that is equal to 220 minus 200 equal to 20. Now next question is, we have to find out how many of the how many students do not have any of the two hobbies. This is the any of the two hobbies. This is 20 answer. Then how many students follow the hobby of rock climbing only? So number of students follow hobby of rock climbing only. That is equal to as. See, rock climbing they are having 130 students. Now intersection here is means this the 110 students have both the hobby. So this 130 minus 110 you get how much? That is 20. 20 students have only the hobby of rock climbing. The next question is asked, how many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? The same way. Therefore, number of students follow hobby of sky watching only. That is equal to as sky watching students, how many? 180 minus intersection 110. That will give you as 70. So 70 students have the hobby of sky watching only and none other hobby. Now let us solve question number 5 given in the figure like this way. You have to write the sets here. Now this is set A. You can see set A, set B given. Then this is the universal set, the Venn diagram given here. So first question set A. Set A is equal to the elements in this first circle. So alphabetical wise M, N, then X, Y, Z. These are the elements. Set B is having the elements as M, N, P, Q, R. A union B is having the elements both this and this. A union B. So again M, N, then P, Q, R, X, Y, Z. Then universal set here. Universal set all. Here S and T is this element also you have to include alphabetical wise. M, N, P, Q, R, S, then T, S, T, X, Y, Z. Then complement of A. You have to see what is complement of A. Set A. These elements, you have to leave the elements of set A and what is extra in the universal set. So, M, N, X, Y, Z. These you leave and rest all here P, Q, R, S, T. These are the elements of complement of A. So, P, Q, R, S, T. Complement of A. In the same manner, complement of B. Look at this. Leave these elements and rest all extra which is there in the universal set. M, N, P, Q, R. You have to leave S, T, S, T, X, Y, Z. Then A union B complement. A union B we have already found out. M, N, P, Q, R, X, Y, Z. Leave all these elements, then S and T is the only extra element which is S. So that will be A union B complement. So S and T, A union complement. Now this problem set is over. Now all listen here children. When I have done your paper correction, I have seen that you don't know to write the set, this symbol. It is very simple like this you have to write. See, opposite way again this simple like this. So you are using bracket. This is wrong method. We cannot use for sets. We cannot use brackets, simple brackets. Set A is equal to, you have to use this floor brackets. Yes. Now here your chapter is over. Problem you have to complete problem set 1.